Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, we're working on the Mustang again here. I know it looks like I piled a bunch of stuff on it again, and I sort of have, but I am in the middle of a video on my Explorer, so all those parts right there are kind of Explorer parts, and they're big giant internal panels. I have a leak in the roof that I am fixing, so go check that out if you have a Ford Explorer with the sunroof that's leaking. So that's why all that's up there. This is actually the quarter panel for the other side of the Mustang, and all the rest of the parts and things that are on the front there for the most part are Mustang parts. I am not started piling this back up with stuff, just so you know. Now here's what's going on. I'm putting a new tank in it, so I'll have a video on that at some point. Hopefully that'll already have been up. But what I've looked at is fuel line and brake line. I'm going to have to do that as well. This will help with that, so I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone. But right now this is more fuel line stuff, because I don't want to put a whole new tank in, put a new carburetor on, manifold, all that stuff, and run the old fuel line. So I've looked at some fuel line, Mustang fuel line kits and things like that, and quite honestly they're a lot of money compared to what it costs just to get probably better kind of line. I could go with stainless or even like some sort of coated line. I haven't really decided that yet, but I can get like 20 feet of line, which should do more than what this Mustang is, real easy. In the size that I need for a lot less money if I do it myself. So that is the route I'm going to take. And in doing that, I need to kind of do some measuring to see if I need a whole 20 foot or if I can get away with less. Because really you need to go from the tank over to your fuel pump, which is on the other side of the motor over there, and then a separate piece going from your fuel pump up and over to your carburetor. So really I'm thinking 10 feet will get me to from my fuel line, although it needs to go from the middle of the tank over to the side of the car and then across. So I got to take that into account too. But I'm thinking 10 or 15 feet will get that done, and another 5 or 6 feet up to the motor. But we're going to measure that out. It's part of the Mustang story, so we're going to put it on video. The other side of my car is difficult to get to right now. I'm just kind of going from this side about to the middle, which right there is about 3 feet. So we're going to come over, say 3 feet. I'm over guesstimating, and I'm going to hook onto the back of that there, and I'm going to bring it over this way to probably around in there, which is 10 feet. We'll go 11 just to make sure. So 11 plus 3, do the math, 14 feet. So we're at 14 feet. And then I'm thinking another 2 foot, 16 feet. So gonna be close to 20 feet all said and done. But right here is a hard line with a rubber hose that went to the carburetor through some filters and a few other things. I'm going to try and fish it out. I may even take off some of this stuff here so I can fish this out cleanly and use this as a pattern. But this goes down through there and down to the pump, the fuel pump on the side of the motor, which goes into the side, and you'll see that someday. I'll have a video on that. But regardless, this is kind of what we're trying to measure for. So, and the pump, I mean, it's what, maybe 2 feet worth of stuff, although I'm having a different carburetor and different manifold on here, so I'm not sure exactly where that's going to lead up to, but this will give me a pretty good idea. From here I'll probably end up using rubber line for now too as well. Usually when you hook to the different areas you end up using rubber line. I'm not sure on the pump, however, if I'm going to need to do some flaring and things like that, but I have the tools to do that. I actually have a double flare thing that's I'm being sent, which you'll also have a video on at some point. But I'm going to kind of look at this and just guesstimate just by what I'm seeing here. no more than 3 feet. 3 feet should more than cover this section right here and then some. And then the pump is right here, right below this power steering pump here. It's right below that bracket right in this area. I can see it. And that's where the fuel line goes to there. And out the side of the car right here. So I need to make sure I measure up to this point here before it comes in and goes through here. Although, yet again, this is all rubber line coming through here, so I'm not sure on the other side. Yet again, I have to clean out, move my Mustang out where I can work on it better to be able to do all this. Right now, we're just preliminary. Here's Tuck, the shop dog, hopefully. Alright. We're going to try and get him used to it a little bit at a time. Anyhow, I've gone up, down, and sideways, kind of messed around, even got down underneath there just to kind of see how far up I'd need to come. You need to, from the tank over to the frame, up a couple, like 2 to 3 inches. And then it really is, it's from about the back of the tire all the way up to in front of this tire here is a little under 13 feet, or a little over, about 13.5 feet of what I would need to get to this point. And then I'm adding 3 feet for the inside, so that's around 16 feet. Say we have a couple of accidents or mess up somewhere and have to cut a little bit off, 20 feet. So I'm going to buy a 20-foot chunk, which hopefully will do this whole car. Stay tuned to find out. Thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.